Alright guys, it's Anaru, and I'm back bringing you some more Gears of War 3 gameplay. And this time we are playing King of the Hill on Gridlock. And I know I said this in the first Gears commentary, but I'm going to say it again. For those of you guys that are hardcore Gears fans watching this video, I'm actually a Halo commentator coming to play Gears of War 3, but I'm not a complete and total Gears newbie. I did actually play Gears of War 1, but mostly for the campaign. I didn't get into the multiplayer too much. Mainly because I believe the only two game modes in the first Gear War game were Warzone and Execution, both of which are no respawn game modes. You die, you're dead to the end of the round. And I've never been really big on those types of multiplayer games because, especially on like this map, like say Gridlock for instance, because this was a Gears 1 map, if somebody rushed the sniper rifle and they got a really good headshot on you at the beginning of the game, for the next 3 or 4 minutes, you're just sitting there watching everybody else play, and that just never really appealed to me. I mean, just sitting there and watching everybody else play when I could be playing something myself. So I never really got into Gears 1 multiplayer, and it's probably one of the reasons I didn't really pick up Gears 2. But I am back with Gears of War 3, trying to get used to this style of game again, since they've added in respawn modes. I believe Team Deathmatch, King of the Hill, and Capture the Leader are the three respawn modes that are in this game. And I think it's going to do really good for the Gears community. I think it might make it bigger, having the respawn game modes, because it'll make it appeal to more players, and more people will like to play it, try to get into this game. But anyway, I am using the Retro Lancer and the sawed-off shotgun in this gameplay. I'm going to explain that here in a minute, but I'm going to stick with my original thoughts on these two weapons from my first gameplay, in that they are not overpowered as much as they are cheap in certain situations. And the reason why is because I think all the weapons in Gears of War 3 are actually quite balanced really well. Maybe one or two tweaks to the sawed-off would be nice, but, they're fairly balanced for the weapons they are, because the sawed-off shotgun, yes, it's very powerful. It does one-shot kill you, but you have to be extremely close, and like right here, see, that was a fail. You have to be within like 5 feet of them, if like maybe less, and maybe more like 3 feet. But if you're not like right in their face before you shoot it, you don't get the kill. I mean, there's not even a drop off. It goes from either one shot kill to completely fucking useless. That's the two things. There's nothing else, and you only get one shot per. You only get one shot. There's no extra. It fires both barrels at the same time, and it takes about, even if you hit the active reload, I think like 4 seconds at least. So it's fairly balanced. I mean, you've got your one shot, you miss, you're screwed, or you just got to try to escape. The Retro Lancer, on the other hand, it also is basically useless outside of close range, because it does do a crap ton of damage. I think when I tried to shoot somebody and count it, I think it was about 6 bullets will put somebody down. Not kill them, but 6 bullets will put somebody down. And it has extremely bad recoil, and it has bloom. For those of you guys that are watching this from my channel that are Halo players, it actually has both. It has a mixture of recoil and bloom. Um, uh, next time I pull it out and start shooting, watch it really closely, and you'll see what I mean. When you shoot it, your little aim jumps around a lot. Your aim jumps all over the place while you're shooting it, and the reticle expands, just like bloom in Halo. So it has both, which makes it extremely inaccurate. So it's really only useful at close range, probably within 15 to 20 feet. Outside of that, it's pretty much rendered useless. I wouldn't even say that it's worthwhile in medium range situations, because you have to like burst fire 1 to 2 bullets at a time, and with how fast people move and the evasive maneuvers and things, very rare are you going to be able to down somebody before they get behind cover in medium range. So, and I also think that these weapons kind of counterbalance each other, because the sawed-off shotgun, what a lot of people do with it, well, there's two things that people do with the sawed-off shotgun. They either camp around corners, which is actually the problem with it, I think, why most people hate it. I think it's when people camp around a corner with the sawed-off. But when you're moving around like I am, I'm not very campy at all. I like to move around the map, flank people, things like that. When you're moving around, I think it's perfectly balanced for whenever you're moving around, because like I said, you have to be within like 3 to 5 feet of them to actually get the one shot kill. Even though you don't have to aim, because it does have an extremely big spread, you can just hip fire it. But you have to be right there on top of them. And a lot of what that means is, unless you feel like pulling out your lancer, or your retro lancer, your hammer burst, or whatever, and shooting somebody, if you want to get that sawed off kill, you have to sprint towards them. And with the retro lancer, it kind of counterbalances that, because if they're sprinting at you and you turn on them with a retro lancer, you're going to down them before they get close enough. Unless they sneak up on you, you're going to down them before they get close enough to you. And on the flip side, the sawed off kind of balances out the retro a little bit, because if you can sneak up on them, yeah, the retro lancer guy on a map like this or a map like Checkout may be doing a whole lot of damage to your team, but if one guy with a sawed off can sneak up on him, he can take him out very quickly. So I think they kind of counterbalance each other. Like I said, I do not think either of the weapons are overpowered. They're just cheap in certain situations. But I'm going to explain myself why I'm using them now. I don't have a team to play this game. I think a lot of people that are hardcore Gears players, they've got guys that have been with from like Gears of War 1. And, they have, at least like a 3-person party that they can roll with all the time, so they can get away with using the regular Lancer and the Nasher 100% of the time, because, their teammates, they're giving them call outs, they're spotting, they're, timing the power weapons in this game. They're pretty much doing everything they can to help win the game by using teamwork. But someone like me, who doesn't have a very big Gears background, um, most of my friends play Halo or Call of Duty. Actually, more of my friends play Call of Duty than they do Halo. There's only like 2 or 3 guys that I can pick up on Halo every now and then. But I have to play pretty much completely solo whenever I am playing Gears of War 3. I have not played with a party yet at all. So from my perspective, this game is all about winning, just like Halo is. And at first I was trying to be the tryhard with just the Lancer and, just the Nasher, and just trying to go all out. And I got mixed results. Every now and then I would have a really good game, and then, the next game after that I could be extremely bad, like negative or just barely breaking even. And what I've decided to do over like the past day and a half, which has actually been an improvement for me, is since I have to play by myself, and a lot of the people that you get matched up with randomly, don't have microphones, or just, they just don't plain talk, even if they do. There's no communication there, and most of the times they won't even spot. A lot of the time it seems like I'm the only person using the spotting system, like right there I spotted that guy. So what I've decided to do is tailor my weapons loadout more to the map than my playstyle. And as you can see in this gameplay, it works out pretty well for me. I'm not showing my exactly sure on my kill death in this game, but I would say it's probably somewhere between 1.8 to 2.0. That would be my guess for this gameplay. Because in King of the Hill, it doesn't actually show your deaths; it just shows your kills, your captures, that sort of thing. It doesn't show deaths. So that's what I'm doing. Is I'm tailoring my weapons loadout to the map. And you look at a map like this, like Gridlock, it's a lot of very close quarter stuff. Like, yes, it is like kind of like a street, like a very long street, but there's cars and all kinds of other stuff in between, and like these balcony areas up here. 90% of your engagements on this map are going to be extremely close range. And before, when I was trying to use a Lancer, like a regular Lancer, which I think is only really effective at about medium range, I mean, you can drop them pretty fast if you get an active reload at close range, but, Retro Lancer versus regular Lancer close range, Retro wins as long as the guy has somewhat steady aim and can fight the recoil a little bit. So that's why I'm choosing to use the sawed-off and the Retro in this match, but since 90% of your encounters are close range, why not use the weapons that are built for close range combat? And it's going to be the same thing for other maps. Checkout is another close range map, so I'll probably keep this sort of setup when I'm playing Checkout. If I'm playing more of a medium type range map, like say Old Town, where it does have the long lines of sights, like in the alleys and things, then I'll probably rock the Nasher and the regular Lancer on those maps, because there's a lot of medium to long range engagements, and the Nasher does beat the sawed off when it it comes to range. I mean, you can actually get a hit on somebody with a Nasher probably about the same distance. That's maximum effectiveness for the Retro Lancer. So on maps like Old Town, I'll probably rock the Lancer and the Nasher as they get the double kill with the sawed off right there. But on Sandbar is the biggest map that I've seen so far in this. I'll probably use the hammer burst a lot on that map, but I'm not really sure which shotgun because there are a couple of areas where if you stay around, you'll get some close range encounters where the sawed off would be better. And there's obviously like the beach with the walls and stuff where the Nasher might be better. So I'm not really sure on that map. But that's how I'm switching up my playstyle, and it's helped me so far. I'm having better games using this tactic over about the past day and a half. Because I've only had my hands on Gears of War 3 for, I think today's the 4th day. So I've really only played for 3 days. But tailoring my weapons towards the map has been really successful for me so far. I don't think I've had a game where I've gone negative yet, where as long as I'm picking the right weapons for the map, I tend to at least go positive. And that's a plus for me for somebody that's not extremely good at Gears of War 3 yet. Like I said, 3 days is about the time that I've had this game, and I haven't played any Gears since Gears 1, so it's going to take me a while. One of my problems that I've noticed so far is movement. You'll see me a couple of times in this gameplay already, I think, where I got caught on something, and I'm not very good at wall bouncing yet. And for those of you guys that have never played Gears, wall bouncing is basically you get on a piece of cover, or you get into an area where there's a lot of cover, and like when you're in a close range, like shotgun battle or something with the Nashers, you basically just bounce around. Like you go from piece of cover to piece of cover, and you just do it randomly, because whenever you hop to a piece of cover, you actually move faster than even the roadie run, which is what they call sprinting in this game. You move a little bit faster than that, so zigzagging around between the cover makes you really hard to hit, and it's actually fun. Whenever you get into like a wall bounce battle, it's actually pretty fun, and I actually picked up a triple doing that the other day. But it's one of the tactics in Gears 3 to have evasion and things like that, and I haven't perfected the art of doing that yet. So every now and then you'll see me get caught. That guy actually grenade tagged me with the ink grenade, so I pretty much knew I was dead. That's why I didn't even bother moving. But I haven't quite perfected the movement, and I haven't got my accuracy with the Nasher up. At the first day that I played with the Nasher, I was having a very hard time getting the one-shot kills. I can pull it off about 50-50 now, getting the one-shot kill with the Nasher. It's all about, just aiming and timing. But right here, I'm going to speed up this last part of the gameplay that we're at right now, because this is me taking over the final hill, and then nothing else really happens throughout the rest of this gameplay. Because I'm being very defensive right here, we've got the last two, and we're just barely winning. So what I do is I just kind of hold it down right here, so this last part's going to be sped up. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the commentary here, guys. For those of you guys that are watching, that are from my Halo subscribers watching, I'm going to be playing Halo again tomorrow, because obviously the Reach Beta playlist come out, and there will be something from the Reach Beta playlist tomorrow, whether it just be some clips or an actual gameplay or commentary. Probably not a live commentary, though, because, obvious reasons. I haven't played Halo in about 6 days. But there will be something from Halo tomorrow. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, guys. Don't forget to give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to all of you guys later.